in the
All right, in business news, President Bola Tinubu has signed the instruments of accession for 6th convention of the International Maritime Organization, according to a statement signed by the head of public relations of the Nigerian Administration and Safety Agency, Mr. Osage Edward. This is to pave way for the country to officially deposit the instruments of accession at the IMO headquarters in London, which serves as the repository for such conventions. This move is to enhance maritime governance and align its practices with international standards and promoting maritime safety, security, and environmental protection. The 6 instruments signed by President Bola Tinubu are the instrument of accession of the Protocol of 2025 to be the 1998 Protocol for the suppression of unlawful acts against the safety of fixed platforms on the continental shelf. The instrument of accession of the International Convention of Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Fishing Vessels Personnel 1995, and the instrument of accession of the protocol relating to intervention of the high seas in case of pollution by substances, other than oil, 1973, as amended. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced that the company's oil production has exceeded 1.8 million barrels per day. Additionally, gas production has risen to 7.4 billion cubic feet per day as at November 11th, 2024. Now, this update was disclosed during the NNPC Limited's War Room meeting in Abuja, where the team projected an increase of oil production to 2 million barrels per day. And also the board of directors of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced the appointment of Mr. Adedapo Segun as its outfit's chief financial officer. The board also appointed Mr. Isaiah Abdullahi as the executive vice president. Downstream, Mr. Ogbointia is the executive vice president of the upstream. Chief corporate communications officer of the NNPCL, Mr. Olufemi Shone, said the strategic leadership appointment reflects continued dedication of the company to improve corporate governance and operational efficiency. While President Bola Tinubu's administration drive to revamp its mining sector is generating heightened interest from licensed miners, expatriates, and diplomats. These reforms implemented by the Honorable Minister of Solid Minerals, Mr. Dele Alake, is to unlock an estimated $700 billion as well as international collaboration from around the world. The country recently launched a 4-day investment roadshow in South Africa aimed at attracting $500 million initial foreign investment into its solid mineral sector to boost the sector's potential. The roadshow, organized by the Nigerian High Commission, themes unlocking potential of solid minerals for sustainable development in Nigeria and South Africa, reflecting the growing interest in Nigeria, held in Sandton Convention Center. The event engaged major stakeholders in unlocking resources like gold, tantalite, limestone, and lithium, which are key to diversifying the economy. The Naira on Wednesday bounced back after consistent 3 days losses and appreciated at official market trading of 1,645 Naira 40 kobo against the dollar. Now, data from the official trading platform of the FMDQ exchange reveals that Naira gained 44.48 Naira. This represents a 2.63% gain when compared to the previous trading date on Tuesday, when it exchanged at 1,689 Naira 88 kobo to a dollar. Also, the total daily turnover increased by $362.8 million on Wednesday, up from $106.4 million recorded on Tuesday. At the investors and exporters window, Naira traded between 1,698 Naira to 1,609 Naira against the dollar. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council has reported a 6.26% increase in non-oil exports, representing $2.7 billion in revenue generation. That's for the first half of 2024. This update was announced during the Abuja 3rd National Conference on Non-Oil Exports. Uloma Onyemachi has the report.
Of a broader strategy to move Nigeria away from its oil dependence, the government is ramping up efforts to boost other sectors of the economy. This annual conference by the NEPC is also one of the ways it is encouraging more non-oil exports. The executive director of the NEPC said the 6.7% rise is an outcome of the Council's Double Your Exports mantra, a campaign aimed at simplifying the export process and bringing more transparency to the system. At the event, Vice President Kashim Shettima highlighted how the NEPC's efforts align with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, an economic plan that seeks to move the country beyond oil reliance.
Global trade is estimated to reach $32 trillion by the end of this year, 2024. The question we should be asking is how Nigeria and Africa can maximize these huge economic opportunities offered by the mere exchange of goods and services in the global market.
The privilege of oil exports has kept us going for decades, but we have so much more potential as a nation, and it is time to fully harness the potential of our non-oil exports. The synergies between the government, the private sector, and the civil society is vital in transforming our aspirations into reality.
International and local stakeholders, including the World Trade Organization and the Nigerian Customs Service, called for a stronger partnership to drive this mission.
When Mr. President says the Renew Hope agenda, to be honest, that agenda is anchored more in the activities all of you seated here are doing.
I can't wait for that time when collectively we'll be attributing some appreciation in the value of our national currency. What this means is that if we are exporting more now, we still need to do a little bit more.
We have to be monoproduct as a nation. We should have too many things to export rather than importing all that we are bringing in.
With non-oil exports growing steadily, Nigeria is edging closer to a more balanced and diversified economy. But the task is for both the government and private sector to keep working hand in hand to turn these gains into a lasting success. Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, Asian stocks fell today while longer-dated U.S. bond yields rose alongside the dollar as investors assess the monetary policy and inflation outlook in the world's largest economy. Shares in Europe look set for a steady open, contrasting with declines in Asia. But Euro Stock 50 futures linked up 0.04%. FTSE futures added 0.02%. Nasdaq futures, meanwhile, fell 0.18%. S&P 500 futures is 0.1%. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan traded 0.63% lower, powering sides gains for earlier in the session. Now that came from the back of to falling Chinese stocks as they struggle to make a headway. The mainland CSR 300 blue chip index fell 0.92%. Shanghai Composite Index lost 0.96%. Hong Kong Hang Seng slid 1.5%. The crypto industry is pushing for policies that will promote the adoption of digital assets, and they anticipate a cryptocurrency-friendly regime under President-elect Donald Trump. According to the CEO of institutional crypto platform BitGo, Mr. Mike Bechel, the industry is pushing for measures including potential executive orders on crypto firms, access to banking services, and crypto-friendly picks in a range of roles. In addition to new chair Donald Trump's decisive victory and a projected Republican sweep of Congress paved the way for a lasting crypto policy overall. Recall that he promises to be a crypto president, and industry executives say he now has a strong mandate to deliver. Well, Shanghai unveiled its first cross-elevated highway drone to reduce food delivery time compared to traditional methods. The drone food delivery pilot program entered Shanghai's central urban area as a driver for empowering the new economy. Now, recently, the first drone carrying 2.4 kilogram route through 8 traffic light crossing elevated highways only about 12 minutes compared to traditional 15 minutes and 14 seconds. Interesting stuff. Crude oil prices slipped in early trade today, reversing most of the previous session's gains, weighed down by worries of higher global production amid slow demand for growth. With a firmer dollar exacerbating the decline, U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude sells for $67.97 per barrel, with a decline of 0.67%. Brent experienced a downward review, 0.59%, to sell for $71.85. Bonny Light sells for $78.62 and is down for 2.84%. And for the OPEC basket, dealers offer $71.51, with a decline of 1.93%. That's business news. I'll see you at the top of the hour for Business Nigeria. Next is sports news. Good afternoon.